And we're in. Welcome to another episode of Summerland Enchantment. Tonight, the Shadow of Cornwall, as we move towards the end of year 508. We're going to go ahead and quickly see all the gang here and say hello to all our friends and then figure it out from there. There were some minor Discord glitches, so if you guys see something like that while we're getting started here, just pretend you don't. And we'll also pretend we don't. Right. Rebecca, you're up first. What do you got to tell us?
Hi, my name is Rebecca, and I play Olwyn, Lady of Barrowcrest and Autumn Princess, and hello to all of our friends.
And Emily.
Hi, I'm Emily. I play Lady Beatrice, who is the spellcaster, not necromancer, of Summerland at this point.
Yeah, witch, right? Okay, and Nicole.
Hi, I'm Nicole. I play Sir Elian the Lost. Currently a Barrowcrest, technically.
That sounds like everyone's introductions. Currently, maybe Barrowcrest? We're Barrowcrest for
not
now.
For long, let's be honest.
We're gonna see what happens.
Tentatively Barrowcrest.
Yeah, or temporarily, and feel it. You know, we're in Barrowcrest for a time, but maybe not a long time. Okay, we're gonna go to Cyberbro.
Maybe not a good time.
All right,
That's true too.
Cyberbro. Yep, I'm Cyberbro. I'll be playing Sir Lucius Julius Julianus. I don't know what his official title of St. George is, so I'm going to say Praetor. Yes, he's Praetor.
No,
St.
not even remotely close. You are a vassal knight of St. George.
But I'm landed. I gotta have a cool name, Bob.
Yes.
Praetor rhymes with Praetor.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
the Mistwalker of St. George.
Yeah, the Mistwalker of St. George. It's gonna.
If you say the Praetor 3 times, Siagrius shows up. So be careful.
Shut the fuck up, everybody! Shut up.
No, don't say his name.
We just took
That's
down the
the thing.
crucifix.
Elian is doing it, and then she is fighting to the death.
Yeah, right. Okay, so it's gonna be more of a figure things out session. There's less agenda today. We've dealt with most of 508. There will be a court session in Great Bridge. That is where Christmas feast is taking place.
Christmas.
Yeah, that was Christmas, not Yule.
I noticed that.
We're being pushed out.
Yes, indeed. You've all been invited to Christmas feast in Great Bridge, but you have a couple of months before that. So we're gonna see what everyone's up to. This would be the early side of winter. And if there's things we glossed over from your vignettes prior, like if you're like, well, I would do this, but not in the winter, we can figure that out. As long as it's not like too out of the way, if that makes sense. Let's go ahead and do so. So just for those who are chiming in who are brand new, we are playing the game Pendragon. We're in Summerland or Somerset now, which is real close to our Salisbury game and our Nantiliad's Legacy game. It's kind of smack in the middle. They were recently conquered by Cornwall. Then they fought back and reclaimed their land. And then the one who reclaimed their land, the king Nantiliad, just died, along with their hope for a Logris king in the Winter Prince. And so now there's a lot of question marks around what this county or kingdom of Summerland, as it was previously known, can do from this point forward. And we follow the story of a gathering of branches, a group of, let's just say, residents inside Summerland, sitting very close to the veil between the Unseelie lands and Somerset itself. What?
You kind of froze there. You
Get
got a
out for a
busy.
good second.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay. Let's see if we can get this fixed here. One sec. Give me 1 sec, folks. I'm just gonna see if I can fix this with a BRB here. 21 with Kimmer culture, Christian religion, Salisbury homeland, and a random for all characteristics: size, dexterity, strength, constitution, and appeal. Size and con determine total hit points, and unconscious value determine upright or horse, and is used for starting weapon skills and throwing. Con also affects healing rate. App covers starting social skills, attractiveness, distinctive traits, and seeding. Skills have base starting value by your characteristic scores. Most skills are straightforward, but here are a few unusual ones. Recognize is used for identifying people. Folklore for general and mythical knowledge. Battle for navigating battles successfully, and hunting for navigating Britain's dense forests. There are 13 paired traits, like chaste, lustful, or valorous, cowardly, where increasing one lowers the other. These define how a character naturally behaves. If a trait is 16 or higher, it's famous, meaning the character defaults to the behavior without rolling. Otherwise, in uncertain moments, a player can roll one trait of the pair. If it succeeds, that's the action taken. If it fails, the opposite trait is tested instead. Over time, traits can shift through gameplay. Passions show what your character cares about, like loyalty, lord, or love of family. They range from unsung 1 to 15, famous 16 to 19, and exalted 20 plus. You can invoke a passion for a bonus, but failure can cause melancholy, creating a -5 penalty. Or, in the case of madness, takes you right out of play. Famous passions are riskier, but exalted ones mostly help. In Pendragon, you roll a d20 and want to roll under your tested trait, passion, characteristic, or skill, like Price is Right rules. For contested rolls, the higher success wins, while the lower success is called a partial success. Sometimes you need to roll over a target number for challenges, like breaking down a door. Yeah! Rolling exactly your tested value is a critical strike. Rolling over your tested number is a failure. Rolling a 20 on a failed roll is a fumble. Bad news. If your tested number is greater than 20, the extra value becomes a bonus to your roll. This removes failure and fumble risk while boosting your critical chance. Glory measures a knight's fame for their deeds, directly granting permanent increase to their character. To be a knight is to pursue more glory. The more glory, the more recognition, and the greater the benefits to your character. This concludes the basics for a player on how to play Pendragon. The GM can guide the rest. Check out my linked series to find out why you should play Pendragon. Okay, so Windows decided to be a dick and run us some updates right now when we started. Not before, but right as we started. So good times. We're back. That's on pause. Let's go ahead and continue. So yeah, we're in Summerland. We're going to figure out what the hell y'all are up to with this time in between. So this is less about specific vignettes, and this is more about the lead in to the feast and any established activity that y'all want to do. So there's lots of comments thrown around about moving and stuff like that this year. I don't want to get through another year and then be like, oh yeah, we haven't done any of that. Oh yeah, nothing's changed, and we're all still back in Barrowcrest. If we decide to all be back in Barrowcrest, that's one thing, but I don't want it to be because we're not planning. So let's go around and figure out what you do with the time in between. Cyberbro. St. George. Let's roll a D10 to begin with for you.
All right, D10. You guys know how I roll. Heart of the cards.
All right, D10.
And 2D100, sir.
Oh my god, Cyber bro.
Let's see if you
You
summon
don't know.
Siagris.
It's not necessarily bad. It's a table.
It's a table. Yeah.
Do you want to know what the first word is?
Bob.
Okay, that might not be bad. The first word was raid. I'll tell you that.
Aye.
Shadow.
Are you injured? 2 other knights who work with you. No one else in the castle.
Yeah. Well, no, we've got a lot of ladies because one of them went and hired a bunch of pretty looking ladies to serve in my castle. So it's Jesus. Okay. So what do you got,
Okay.
Uncle Bob?
Well, have you been through any significant raids as of yet? Not in St. George, but in general, in the life of your character as we have written, either in your backstory or in through play. Have you been on the
No,
receiving
I
end
don't
of
think so.
a raid? Okay.
No,
Okay.
usually I'm on the raiding end.
Okay. I can work with that maybe. We'll have to make sense of what that means. But in the meantime, before we do, there's one other thing I wanted to explore. What is your biggest loss so far? As
My
Lucius
biggest
Julius
personal loss?
Julianus. Loss of a person. Loss to death. Kind of loss.
Oh, his mother. Yeah, his mother. His mother died. Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
and how did that happen? Remind me. When and how did that happen?
It was a raid. Very topical.
That'll do it. Someone can
Yeah.
clip that for me. So how long ago was this? This is recent, wasn't it?
Yeah, fairly recently, within the last 3 years, I think. Yeah.
Okay. You have this recurring nightmare, which actually kind of prevents you from getting good sleep. You see the end of Netley Marsh, the battle in which the Winter Prince was killed. And you see as the Saxons crash in to the Winter Prince's unit, you ride towards it, aiming to help your friend, your adopted child, really, or brother, depending on how you looked at it. And when you get there, you look down and you see his body. You get off your horse, and this is really, really nice music for a terrible dream. Hold on. Yeah, let me change that a little bit. We should at least make it a little dark. There we go. It'll probably work fine. No, we'll go with... I think that'll work better. Okay. You get down from your horse and you look over. You look over Finnegan. You see his eyes still. The life has left him. And it feels very real. Feels very... Feels like you can reach out and touch him. And this blurs reality and a dream for you. But as you look up, you hear noise. You hear shouting. And you're in your homeland on your manor. You see as raiders move about. And then you hear a cry not far from there. You run towards the cry. And you see your mother. Over her stands Prince Kinrick. That's impossible. Why would they be there? Why would Kinrick raid your lands? Doesn't make sense. He looks to you and he twists his head to the side. And he says, "Welcome, cousin. Welcome home. You have this exact same dream for like a month straight. When we pick up at the feast, you'll be very tired. You'll be suffering a -5 to your appearance for the feast, because you have dark circles around your eyes. Your hair isn't quite right. You do your best to clean up, but it's gonna be difficult when you're not sleeping.
Oof. That's how it goes. Get enough sleep, everybody.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. We like to teach, practical lessons here on the stream. Everybody get your sleep. It's like those old
I'm just
80s
on the
cartoons. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just on the
We
receiving
say
end of
that, but we go until like 2 a.m. for some of us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, saying and doing
I don't
are
wanna
totally
talk
different
about
things.
it, you
Do as we
guys.
say, not as we do.
Yeah. Indeed.
Unless you're staying up to watch us, then keep doing it. We enjoy
And then
that.
keep doing it. Yeah, we appreciate you ruining your life for us. Yeah. Okay, in all seriousness, is there anything you want to do with the time you do have, Lucius, in autumn and leading into winter?
Yeah, I would just like to survey my lands, and of course, it's probably in between sessions. You can probably just send me something over for Great Bridge so I can get into the books and start doing that stuff. But
For St. George?
Yeah, for St. George. I just want to establish that at this point I'm surveying the lands and starting to take action on it.
Right.
And then we can figure it out.
So the funny thing is, as you kind of look over your lands, you can write the word clerk down in your skills, and you can tick it.
Yeah. Okay, sweet.
You have 0 in it right now,
Oh.
but you tick it, so you'll get a 1 in it over winter. Yay.
Yay. Hooray.
Yeah. One thing you do realize is you owe your fealty to the king of Escavalon, whoever that might be. That is who you are a vassal of, even though you're in Summerland. St. George was Nanteliad's land.
So I'm not under King Cadwy.
Currently.
Ah, sweet.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, remember this was Nanteliad's this is Nanteliad's No, this is Nanteliad's manor, right? This is one of his dements. So the dements can be spread out all over the place, right? Especially for for example, the Earl of Salisbury has a whole castle pretty close to London, which is where a lot of open Pendragon took place. So
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I will make note of that.
Indeed. I mean, technically, with the shift in things, you could always... That's something you could try and change. It would require negotiation.
Yeah, I
Perhaps the new... Sorry, go ahead.
I said I'll stay in Escavalon. No disrespect intended, but
That's fair. You're like, actually, no, that's the better one. Well, hold on to that. Okay.
Hey, I gotta look out for number one,
I understand. I understand. Okay, let's keep going. So we're gonna go around and see for the rest of you. We go to Olwen next.
Me. Open. What? Yes, I believe that Olwen would have just been getting back from autumn courts just in time for Christmas, depending, because there's winter solstice and then Christmas is 4 days later. So
Mm-hmm.
Not.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
Roll me a d10.
Okie dokie. That is a 5. on the
Roll me
D10.
2d100.
You know, I should just get those prepped after a D10 roll.
Really should. I should just have buttons you click. So I should.
72 and 98.
Okay. So before you return back to the normalcy of things, you had someone, you'd made reference to someone that you would like to reach out to.
Uh-huh.
You don't know how to.
I don't.
Do you wish to send someone out to try? Like someone from your Princess of Autumn position?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think
okay.
that she might just ask around and just if there's some sort of handmaiden or clerk or something that's assigned to me aside from, my goblin knights.
Yeah, you have a
Feel like
handmaiden. They wouldn't
that's a
typically
menial
run
task.
errands. It's not the role of handmaidens for sure. But if you're gonna delegate them to do the task, they could. You would have scouts and all sorts of other things, so they would be the ones to do that sort of thing.
Yeah, if I've got the proper person to do the job, then Olin would know of them.
Yeah, we're gonna give him a name. Okay.
Yeah.
His name?
Glurg.
He is an old goblin. He's got like a big white beard and like Rick hair from Rick and Morty. Like,
my God, of course. With a name like Glurg.
Yeah, and he toes behind him. He's got like this big pig, effectively, like a hog. A really big hog. It's not what he... It's not his steed. Good lord. You're the worst. We needed like a... we need a shame button. We need like a shame bell or whatever.
Yeah, there needs to be a shame button.
Yeah.
Bob, can I ask a question? What's the pig's name? Oh my God. I just want to know what the pig's name is.
That's a really good question. I think it'd be funny if he had a Kimrick name. Let's see. Let's keep going. I need a one syllable. Hold on. Gweer.
Weir.
Yeah.
Weir.
Glurg and Greer. Gweer. Yeah. Yep. So this hog is not like, this is more like a beast of burden, but also is like it's like it can God, I can't find the right words because I'm filtering every fucking word I'm thinking of right now to make sure it doesn't end up on another tangent. We'll go with it is capable of tracking. How does that sound? Via scent. Yeah. So, good lord. We're totally professional here.
I'm fine.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting that shame bell up though. That's happening.
Can I have control of it?
Oh my God.
I'll be able to. It's an emoji. Yeah. Okay. So, in the meantime, you receive word back that the message has been received.
Fantastic.
In addition to this, and in slightly less good news, let's say, your mother wishes to speak with you before everything continues forward.
All right.
You managed to make it to... This is kind of in the transition of you acting as the Autumn Princess and her resuming her role of rulership as the Winter Queen. I don't seem to have your like mother's token anywhere. It's weird. What do I do with it?
Shame.
Too bad. Hold on, let me just see if I can fix that. She ever fight you? No. Oh, I know where she would be. She'd be at our favorite feast.
Ah.
There we go. One thing you notice is the Goblin Knight didn't return.
Oh, no. That could be really good for me or really bad for me.
Your mother, you're almost certain you're like, this is probably what Mom wants to talk to me about. This is the vibe you're getting. And she makes sure she's kind of in her position on the throne before she sees you.
Three. All right. Well, Forward will fluff up her dress and go forward to meet darling mother.
My sweet daughter.
Mother?
I couldn't help but notice that the Goblin Knight is absent. Do you know where he is?
He usually comes back after Samhain. I hope he's all right.
For a long time, we've held an agreement with Barrowcrest for the matter of Samhain. My understanding is, previously you've sent him into Cornwall. Where did you send him this time?
Wessex.
She looks confused. That is one of the kingdoms of the Saxons, yes?
Possibly. Yes. I think so.
I'm not familiar with the name. She claps her hands, and someone brings a map of Britain out. It's one of the better maps. Like, there aren't a lot of maps for you to look over typically, right? This one looks very finely drafted. But it doesn't have, like, the counties. Doesn't really know the counties. It has certain markings on it. Give me a folklore test.
Yeah, I feel like I'm about to be like when you catch American kids and they're like, point to this place in Europe, and they're like, oh, folklore. Fair failure.
Yeah, you know, you've looked over these counties in Cornwall, but when you see it just without any sort of borders and boundaries, it looks very foreign to you. You generally know where Wessex is. You know it's by the water, and you know it's kind of south of Salisbury. You know Summerland pretty well. There are markings
like generally west.
Yeah, I mean it's not west of you, right? Yeah.
Owen doesn't know.
You know what? If you do that, you point west, and she's like,
yeah,
that's Cornwall. she says.
Oh. And why is it called Wessex?
She shrugs. I'm not aware. That is information that you should be keeping appraised of when you're on that side of things.
I suppose.
What good is it to have a vassal in the land of the mortals if we're not aware of the mortals' movements? Especially those that would seek to conquer.
Well, if I'm being honest, of that's sort of what my knights do. They know things and they tell me things. Well, I don't really know maps that well. I just know who
She motions with
does
her
bad
hand
things.
and she says, "This is Summerland."
Right, I know that much, mother.
She nods to you like, you know, like you're cutting her off almost. And she says, "This is Salisbury."
Olin bites the inside of her, like, cheek to just not say anything and just nods, like, mm-hmm.
Yep. And then she motions upward and she says, "And this is the Forest Sauvage."
Okay.
Why did you send raiders after Wessex?
Because they wrong us. The same reason that I sent them to Cornwall.
Wronged us how? She seems a bit unaware of what's kind of taken place.
There was a boy who Winter Prince. He killed him.
So this is the son of Vortigern. This is the one you speak of. This is Wessex.
Sure. I don't really care who they are. I just know what they did.
Her hand kind of shifts down from where she had it at the Forest Sauvage down to the water, kind of directly below it. And you see that like the Forest Sauvage is marked. You can tell in Summerland on the map, you can tell like Barrow Crest is marked. And as you kind of look a little bit closer, you see a marking, even though you can't tell what these markings are or mean, you can see a marking near Cadbury Camp where you'd been, or what was the name of that?
Wildcat Camp.
Wildcat Camp, yep. And another near St. George.
Besides,
Multiple references in Sauvage, but as her hand shifts down to Wessex, you notice a marking there, but it's of a different, like it's a different marking. Something about it, you just sense warning or caution from there.
can I look at it with sight?
Yep. Give me sight and then give me recognize too.
Yeah, air failure on the sight, but a success on recognize.
You're not really able to glean anything magical from the marking or even its context to it, but as you start to think and ruminate around it, when she says this is Wessex, and then her finger slides to the marking, it seems to be almost like the antithesis of the marking of the Ancili crossover sites. She looks up to you and she says, I believe, my daughter, you accidentally sent him against Cecily. This is one of the crossover sites.
No. Why wouldn't he tell me?
He likely did not know.
Why not?
He does not ride that far. He does not know the lands of the Sealy. He's never been to them.
No.
There's a high likelihood that he has been slain. If not, I suspect that he has been taken captive. We'll know by spring.
Is there a way to, I don't know, send word and can't really apologize. It's not something that... Is there a way to get ahead of the situation?
It would be better not to admit it until we know what has taken place.
I suppose that's true. Why are our relations so bad?
With the Sealy,
I mean, we're all Fae, right? Got bigger enemies. Mutual enemies.
you think too much like your father's side, and not enough like mine.
I think that's the first time I've been told that.
You ask why water reacts to fire, why night and day cannot be the same. We are not mortals. We don't behave like you.
Night and day don't fight. They have their place. But it's a cycle, not a war.
We are not at war with the Sealy. Not directly. But we have different goals.
When did your goals change?
Long ago.
Will you ever tell me that story?
Perhaps. But not now.
Oh, I understand. I would like to hear it. Perhaps it might help me understand some things.
With the boy of winter dead, the Silly will look to support the boy that Merlin hid away, if he is ever found. And I presume he is.
Merlin tends to hide away a lot of boys. said that he hid away this one.
Hmm.
Is there anything else I can do?
Your world is likely to change, my dear. You should get used to it now.
But in what way? Side of the veil will I fall on when it does change?
You are welcome here because you are my daughter, but you are very much mortal.
Yeah. I know.
That is where you belong.
There are some that would say the opposite. Would
Indeed.
see me, and because I have the slightest resemblance of this side, say it on sight. Damned if I do, damned either way.
She doesn't refute that.
Time to put on a smile and return home and pretend everything's all right.
Indeed. Do send my regards to King Cadwy and Nimue and Vivian if you should see them.
Shall do. And if you hear anything from Sir Goblin or of him, don't wait until autumn to let me know.
You'll be made aware as soon as I have the news.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry about the boy. It's a pity. We were all relying on him.
It's less about relying on him and more about feeling like I lose family as soon as I admit that they feel like it.
Tragedy does follow us.
Thus, almost unfairly so.
Mm-hmm. Fair, not fair. These aren't helpful terms.
Perhaps not. I can certainly describe a feeling.
I can. I used to think in such terms. Mourning. Loss. I grew tired of it.
As do I. But I feel I've taken up enough of your time.
You may leave. Princess Olwen.
And she'll curtsy, nod, and then sort of turn on her heel and walk away. And it feels strange because normally she has the Goblin Knight to escort her back. And she had that conversation about it, but now she's really feeling that loss of it. The absence.
Yeah, and I think you're still brought back under escort, but you don't have someone to talk to and or that you feel close to. It feels it's like one of the fiend knights.
Yeah.
All right. And Owen sad scene. And we move on to the next good or sad scene. We'll find out. All right, we go to Nicole next. Dame Elian. Nope, Sir Elian. You're staying with the Sir, yes? Because you are knighted as a Sir. You're also muted. Nope. Nope.
Did you turn yourself off at your microphone?
We'll let you figure this out. We're going to go ahead and jump over to... Oh, never. With Kimmer culture, Christian religion, Salisbury homeland, and a random family characteristic. You can choose different options for all these. There are 5 characteristics: size, dexterity, strength, constitution, and appeal. Size and con determine total hit points and unconscious value. Size and strength determine weapon and brawling damage. Dex keeps a character upright or horsed and is used for starting weapon skills and throwing. Con also affects healing rate. App covers starting social skills, attractiveness, distinctive traits, and seating at feast. Skills have base starting values, some determined by your character. Hey, welcome in, Lollygaggers. Had a minor technical difficulty, and we're back. We're playing Pendragon in the land of Somerset right now. And we're going to go ahead and continue on with the plot. I'm going to quickly do a shout out here, because if you get a chance, y'all, please check out the Lollygaggers or Adventures in Lollygagging on YouTube. They're fantastic.
So.
Okay.
I was like, I don't know if you have a thing lined up, but I have questions.
Yeah. Before your questions, why don't you roll a d10? Yeah.
Okay.
And then
It
we
was
will
about
figure it out.
last session.
Yep.
I think we have the same question.
D10. 10.
Okay. Okay. What are your questions from last session?
So the letter that my mother showed me with the seal of Cadwy on it, was that him agreeing to an alliance with her effectively?
Mm-hmm.
Just for Emily clarification purposes. Okay.
Probably, or at least some kind of I mean, alliance might be a strong assumption, but if you're suspicious, it's probably a fair assumption. And then, but it at least means they're cooperating formally in some format.
Okay. All right, that's fine.
It's acknowledgement is what it is.
Yeah. Just gonna leave that as it will. What she wants to do, because she knows at some point we've gotten the invitation from Cadwy anyway. She knows she's gonna get to talk to Cadwy at some point. So she would like to try and get the manor set up that she and Cadwigan are taking.
Okay.
If that's an option. I don't know if we have to, I don't know about the petitioning process for that.
It is actually... Which one are you going for? Was it Chewton that you agreed to? Is that correct?
Can you show me on the map where they are again?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Chewton's the one that got burned down. Or not burned down, but really ravaged. That was where... What's her name?
Rienne.
Lady Rienne was previously. And then Ragglebury.
So Ragglebury is slightly closer.
It's very slight, but yes.
Okay.
They're both pretty damn
Maybe-
close.
We have a stronger claim on Chewton, I feel like, because Chewton had nobody to take it, whereas Raggleberry had people claiming it.
Yeah, there's a contest at
So-
Raggleberry. You're not wrong.
Mhm.
Chewton
Yeah,
is wide
we'll just
open
do-
as long as Olwen. I'm kind of looking for, did Olwen give the thumbs up for Chewton as well?
You cut out.
Oh, Owen, that's the one that Owen offered up to Beatrice specifically. Was
Okay.
Chewton.
Alrighty, so she'll go probably then for Chewton because it's significantly less of a fight, and she would like to try and get it set up to where they can live in it. Like the people on the land ideally are back. We start getting some food stores. We start kind of like getting ready for winter. If it can't be ready for winter, then we're waiting for the next one. Like we're waiting for it to get warm again and then start fresh kind of thing.
You can start. I think it's the kind of thing where you probably, if you're spending time in Chewton over winter, it would be like spending time in a home reno, home renovation while you're doing the reno. But you probably want to spend some of your time until the winter gets proper cold, at least doing what you can. Okay. Now I'm going to ask you to roll something funny. I'm going to ask you to roll stewardship.
No, I don't have it.
Not at all?
No. Beatrice is a peasant. I think Cadogan has it. I think that's what she was banking on.
He might, but it won't be high.
Cadogan has a stewardship.
Yeah, he probably does.
He's been the steward for Olwen before.
It's
I would
true.
like to argue this.
He was
He used to
previously
be our
our
go-to. Yeah, he used to be the go-to steward because he was high enough.
Maybe he did have it. I don't have it on.
Only
this.
when Edane wasn't around to do it.
Yeah, so when Edane wasn't around, then it went to Cadogan because Cadogan was at least decent.
Okay, I'm gonna give him the starting value plus. He's probably done that at least 4 or 5 times. Plus 1d6. 13. Okay, he's not bad. All right, we'll get
Cadogan.
one of you roll for him. Just roll a d20 and try to get a 13 or less.
You know, card of the cards.
There you go.
Yeah, 3.
Okay, things are going along well. I think more importantly, like you know, as brutal as this is, do you take your kids with you along for because you're both like, I imagine, very busy trying to repair this place. Do you take the kids with you, or do you leave them in Barrowcrest?
I think to a degree, on certain occasions, they take the kids with them because the idea is that eventually they are the lord and lady of this place, which means the kids need to at least also be introduced to the place, to the tenants, to the people there. So I think as a genuine thing of her watching Ruler, she's like, okay, they should have an idea of who the kids are. Also, it ingratiates them to us because they're cute. Look at their little faces.
Right? I'm gonna. I feel like we need to see if Beatrice is like. Is this a positive? Not positive. It's positive in the long term, but is this like a stress environment? Where you're like, oh God, finally, thank you, we're done for the year, or is it something that brings about like a family time, like real family bonding, something of the sort. So I'm thinking maybe what would represent like the stress here? It's probably one of the right side traits.
Right side traits?
There's not really wrath. I wish there was wrath on here. Like cruel is all right, but wrath is like better because it sounds emotional.
So it's a 10 and a 10. It'd be a true 50-50 on what we're really dealing with.
Yeah.
I don't know. That
Lazy?
There's not many of them that really apply.
It could
Lazy?
be like energetic
Selfish?
versus arbitrary.
Selfish, maybe.
Usually these are really straightforward. I asked like a hard one.
It's like the first time
nuanced.
this hasn't been straightforward.
I know. Yeah, usually these are really straightforward. Let's see. Not reckless, not worldly, not indulgent, not suspicious, not cowardly, cruel might actually work. You know what? We're gonna do a merciful or cruel. It's like, you are stressed? Are you able to keep yourself at a point where you're not like yelling
Looking
at your
stressed.
family, like snapping at the kids, yelling at Cadogan when he does something?
Okay, which one do you want me to roll first, or is that my choice?
It is your choice unless one of them's famous.
Here. Both at 10, so it is a 50-50 shot. Heart of the cards. Well, that's not looking great, is it? Give me a second.
Nope. And then cruel.
My Discord's doing, not Discord, my Roll20's doing awesome things.
Okay.
Also failure.
You were stressed. No highlight moments of being especially snappy, but it's clear, like, it's like mom at Christmas. Like, don't go around her. Yeah, it's that
Somebody's
vibe.
coming, and it's an absolute, yep.
Yeah, you're able to keep yourself. I think you're left with a decent moment, but I'm not going to give you a tick on love family either. We'll leave that.
That's
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that'd be the majority of her time.
Take a tick on energetic though, because it's a lot of work. And you can add stewardship at 0 with a check.
It's there. It's just at 0.
Okay, tick it though.
Alright, got it.
Yeah. So next year it will be a 1.
Help him with a 1.
Hey, you're getting there slowly. Awesome.
You get 5
lady
points
now.
You get 5 points to distribute at the winter season.
That's true.
Yeah.
So you could have 6.
You could have all the points. All the points.
All the points.
All right,
gives you at 6.
we go to Elian now.
I think Alien is going to take Minewin to her homeland.
Back in Escavalon?
Escavalon. Yeah, back in the boonies of Escavalon.
Why don't you go ahead and quickly do an intrigue test? Please pass this. Please pass this. Oh, God. Okay.
He says, please pass, and I go, no.
He knows when he does
And
this.
I
He
am
knows when he's
passionate.
cursing us. He knows when he's cursing us, and he does
True,
this.
he puts it out in the universe.
Yeah.
It's Bob.
Escavalon is lovely this time of year, indeed.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I'm sure there won't be any Discord because there's no king.
And none. Okay, you're passing through. You travel through Bath. You travel up through to Glevum, and across the water to Escavalon. Let's go on a little journey here. I really want to pay Jim of Revan and get like some county maps for Summerland and Carline. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Like in the vein of the Salisbury one. And maybe a new Salisbury one too. But I digress. So you travel up through Glevum, which allows you to pass the water over into your target, which is Carline. And did we roll a D? We didn't get you to roll a D10 yet, did we?
Mm-mm.
Oh, we must do that. Oh boy,
No.
2D100, please. 26, 36.
26 and 36. Which would be awesome rules if this was Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, actually. Okay. As you're passing through, have you had any recent contact with anyone in Escavalon for like since you returned from Faerie, or
Yeah,
Who?
she has.
who's been your regular contact?
Alan. I think Alan was the main one.
Elaine?
Lane, yeah, however you pronounce his name.
Yeah. Okay.
Alain.
Yeah. Okay.
I think he's been her main contact, as well as like wandering knights like Lucius.
Okay. And Lucius. I'm trying to figure out.
And then of course she has their family there through Gwydir.
Yeah, and that won't make any sense, I don't think. I think before you go...
She has not had contact with them since Nanteliad's death, though.
Yeah. When you're in Glevum, you find out, you receive a notice that the Lady Helly would like to speak with you.
Oh, it's been a while. We shall go then.
Yeah, so when you get there, there's nothing like impressive going on. She would probably welcome you for like a meal. Porpoise and peas, so good. And, you know, one can't pass up the astrological temperament herb cakes and cheese. Just fantastic in the UK this time of year, in Britain this time of year. Followed by more herb fritter. You know what? There's a lot of herbs kicking around. So, and yes, I'm saying it like the Brits and like the Canada, they say the same thing. So they use the H. So, right. So yeah, she'll make small talk with you to begin, and then she continues on and says, "Your name hasn't been heard in these lands for some time, nor in Carlion. Where have you been?"
Things. My lady was displaced during Cornwall's invasion.
Your lady?
Lady Olwen. We were with Sir Finnegan, who was...
Is your... And she's like trying... She's like, isn't... Yeah, she's like, isn't your service to... Wasn't your service to Nanteliad?
My homage was to Nanteliad.
And
I served the House of Barrowcrest.
never heard of it.
It's a very small manor in Summerland.
Huh.
Or Somerset, rather.
She sort of turns her nose up at that.
I owed her a debt of gratitude.
He must have. Place is practically Cornwall at this point. Certainly sits in the shadow.
I suspect it will not remain free for long.
You said Finnegan. That was the name they were calling the Winter Prince.
Yes.
Did you ride with him to Netley Marsh?
He was a part of a different party. Although I, looking back, wish I'd been with him.
But you rode under Nanteliad.
So Bob asked, for me, just to be clear, was it a joint kind of?
Nanteliad was the overlord, the warlord of the whole battle. So if you were at the battle, then yes, you did, technically.
Yeah. Well, Nanteliad was the overlord. Finnegan.
I'm aware. I'm just clarifying. You fought for Nanteliad.
Yes.
Anyways, she says, moving forward.
Finnegan was not yet. He was a knight. And
Indeed.
He had been my squire.
Did you knight him? I heard of his knighting.
No. If it had been up to me, he'd have been knighted properly by a king in court.
And preferably at 21. There's too much news these days of children getting knighted. I hear they knighted a 14-year-old over in Salisbury this year.
How absurd. The child is sure to die.
Very likely.
I think sometimes they take the responsibility of being a knight too lightly. They see only the valor, the glory. They don't realize the hardship or the sacrifice that goes into being a knight proper.
I can tell that that's not a struggle for you. Tell me, what brings you back this way now? And who will you fight for?
This is my niece. She kind of is just Minewin, who I think is in her mid to late teens now.
Yeah, it sounds right. We'll gloss over the exact detail.
We have it somewhere. I just don't remember it. She's a little younger than Finnegan, if I remember right.
Yeah, now's not the time to figure it out. Somewhere between 15 to 18. Yeah. Doesn't matter. They don't count until they're old. So.
Yeah. This is my niece, Minewin. You may remember my brother, Emmerich.
Does she squire for you?
Yes. It's, I think, about time she see the homeland of her father that she is heir to.
Wait, you're not coming back to fight then?
She is not. I am willing to fight for Escavalon.
She looks at you and says, "For whom in Escavalon do you fight? You're not aware of the Civil War then?"
I suspect that there may be one, though I don't know the details of who is what. Inteliad never had any out of character. Does Alien know of Inteliad having any lovers in the past?
That would be deep lore. You're gonna have to do an intrigue test and get like a crit, probably, for any real detail. But a success might still mean something.
Back like 40 years ago, when she knew him when they were younger.
Yeah, intrigue lore.
Sure, let's see. Very close, but no.
Okay. You remember some kind of story buzzing around? Like, he always seemed very focused on, preparing to succeed his father when the time came.
Mm-hmm.
It came a bit abruptly, though, when his father's passed, right? But
that happened while she was in Faerie.
Yeah. Before those times, he always seemed to be kind of focused on the path ahead, but there were rumors that he did meet someone lowborn.
He never acknowledged a legitimate heir.
No, he didn't. Foolish move, in my opinion. Would save all this if he had just acknowledged Elaine.
Finnegan. I think he intended for Finnegan to be his heir. He was usually quite wise when it came to things like this. Odd he left it open.
She looks impressed. And she says, "Indeed." Well, nevertheless, the Archbishop moves to name his bastard, Sir Elaine, as the heir. Meanwhile, the last blood of the chieftain of the people that ruled these lands, the Silliers tribe, moves in contest. Sir Kedrick, Inteliad's seneschal. The people are rather torn, but it's not just there. You see troubles stirring in the mountains.
What is stirring in the mountains? The mountains is where Elian is from.
You have no idea. You asking the question?
Oh, no. I'm asking her, yeah.
Okay.
What is happening in the mountains? More raids from the Irish or the Brickanog?
Well, the Brecken are now under an ally, Sir Rune, if you're familiar with the name. But the land of Rune, nothing to do with the vassal in Brecon. Odd how that behaves. Nevertheless, the lands of Powys, the king there, him and his son were traveling by roadside and were executed. It seems that there are new powers rising with the death of the king. Everything's in turmoil. What's more, out in Estergales, the Irish fight amongst themselves. It seems that there are those who contest King Locke's position. These are not good times to
Be
visit
anywhere.
the path. If you're here to visit the past and not partake in a war, I'd recommend you turn around and go back where you came from.
Oh yes, go back to the place about to be invaded by Cornwall.
Well, you're always welcome here, or if you wish to move further away from here, my lord husband has a barony near this Forest Sauvage.
I don't shy away from war. I would like my niece to have something more, though.
Yes?
Oh, on that intrigue roll was trying to figure out if she would prefer. So is Elaine the bastard of the archbishop, you said?
Nope. Sounds like Elaine is the one being propped up by the archbishop as the bastard of Ninteliad.
Elaine is the same guy I've been talking to.
Mm-hmm.
And he is not Celery's. Okay.
He is not from the old tribes, not in the same way. So positions switched. At the time where there were tribes, that hierarchy changed. It went from positions of sort of ancient ruling to positions of who served Vortigern the best, then Vortimer the best, then Modron the best, and then Ninteliad the best. So the kings over time have, let's say, shifted who has blood of import.
Just Elian is also Celery's.
Yep, most people are.
I'm wondering if she is.
Oh, is that me or is that you?
Yeah.
Is that
I think that was Discord.
I
okay?
think it was Discord.
That was everything for me.
Damn
That was
you,
everybody.
Discord. Okay. Shout out to Discord
I know.
for failing us. Hold on.
I think she doesn't know quite where she sits with those, but she wants to find out. You know who Whittier and his family are backing?
Why do you ask?
They are my cousins. Rather distantly, but still.
Roll honest for me.
I am famously honest.
Okay, don't roll honest for me. You don't need to. Tick honest. So she's trying to gauge whether or not she can trust you with any sort of response. When you say that, she nods and says, if I understand the plan correctly, they will support Elaine. Though they have their doubts about the Archbishop.
I would have easily backed Elaine if it wasn't for the Archbishop's attempt to get himself involved. Although I increasingly think Ninteliad was right many years ago. when he said Christianity may be the only way forward.
Yes, well, that's hardly an issue here, or most places, but it's still an issue in Scavalon. And perhaps this war will settle that. Well,
It seems to be something I keep coming across throughout the kingdoms.
so
Although
where
maybe
do
you shouldn't
you...
have a problem with that. She is Christian. I have no idea what to do with that.
Where do you wish to travel, then? She says. Are you heading to your homeland, and where is it?
I suppose I would stop in Caerleon now. Though I don't know who has it.
If you stop in Carleon now, you'll be called to action by the Archbishop. This is why I ask you these things.
Perhaps I should go straight to my homeland. It's far up in the mountains, a small manor.
Then I would advise you be careful. You're free to go. You realize that she was actually probably testing your loyalties, and if you're on the wrong side, she likely wasn't planning to have you go anywhere.
And now Alien is like, which side did she not want me on?
Do you
She
say-
thinks Haley is quite
Yeah.
clever.
Do you say anything or do you leave it?
I say nothing.
Test
leave it.
prudent real quick. Or, yeah. Okay, yeah. You can still say nothing, but you don't get a tick on prudent. So, okay. We will assume that with relative ease, you make it to your manor. Glossing over the rest of this real quick, just because we've had quite the scene here.
She's got pretty good hunting, and she's familiar with the lands. She can probably just.
Oh God, you call it. All right, give us your hunting failure. Let's see it. Fumble
I
time.
should have.
Everyone.
Yeah, you said it.
You said it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I succeeded.
You broke the curse. Okay.
Don't say that.
Yeah. You can tick hunting. You make it to the land, relative ease. And we can kind of gloss. I think we can leave it there. I think we can park there. You're there, and then are you staying here or are you heading back to Summerland?
I think she's going to stay there for a minute just to get everything in order. There's been a steward, and I think when she first found Mindwind, she probably arranged for Mindwind's mother or family to go there, possibly, if that was available. But there's definitely a steward that Natalia had arranged.
Yeah, and we rolled already to see if there was chaos, and we've already dealt with that, so we're not going to give you another roll there. Things are intact and where they are. I guess what I'm wondering is, as we transition forward into the winter phase, are you going to King Cadwy's, not winter phase, into the Christmas court? Are you going to King Cadwy's court? Are you going to be in the next scene? Because we're doing a feast.
If she can travel back in time, yes, because she needs to ask Olwen something important.
Yep. Okay. We're going to do our only break for the night, and then we will pick up with Christmas feast. We'll see you back in a couple minutes here. Stay tuned, y'all. See you soon. With Kimmer culture, Christian religion, Salisbury homeland, and a random family characteristic, you can choose different options for all these. There are 5 characteristics: size, dexterity, strength, constitution, and appeal. Size and con determine total hit points and unconscious value. Size and strength determine weapon and brawling damage. Dex keeps a character upright or horsed and is used for starting weapon skills and throwing. Con also affects healing rate. App covers starting social skills, attractiveness, distinctive traits, and seating at feast. Skills have base starting values, some determined by your characteristic scores. Most skills are straightforward, but here are a few unusual ones. Recognize is used for identifying people, folklore for general and mythical knowledge, battle for navigating battles successfully, and hunting for navigating Britain's dense forests. There are 13 paired traits, like chaste, lustful, or valorous, cowardly, where increasing one lowers the other. These define how a character naturally behaves. If a trait is 16 or higher, it's famous, meaning the character defaults to the behavior without rolling. Otherwise, in uncertain moments, a player can roll one trait of the pair. If it succeeds, that's the action taken. If it fails, the opposite trait is tested instead. Over time, traits can shift through gameplay. Passions show what your character cares about, like loyalty, lord, or love of family. They range from unsung 1 to 15, famous 16 to 19, and exalted 20 plus. You can invoke a passion for a bonus, but failure can cause melancholy, creating a -5 penalty. Or, in the case of madness, takes you right out of play. Famous passions are riskier, but exalted ones mostly help. In Pendragon, you roll a d20 and want to roll under your tested trait, passion, characteristic, or skill, like Price is Right rules. For contested rolls, the higher success wins, while the lower success is called a partial success. Sometimes you need to roll over a target number for challenges, like breaking down a door. Rolling exactly your tested value is a critical strike. Rolling over your tested number is a failure. Rolling a 20 on a failed roll is a fumble. Bad news. If your tested number is greater than 20, the extra value becomes a bonus to your roll. This removes failure and fumble risk while boosting your critical chance. Glory measures a knight's fame for their deeds, directly granting permanent increase to their character. To be a knight is to pursue more glory. The more glory, the more recognition, and the greater the benefits to your character. This concludes the basics for a player on how to play Pendragon. The GM can guide the rest. Check out my linked series to find out why you should play Pendragon. We're back. Welcome to Summerland Enchantment. If you're just popping in or you've been here for a while, we are continuing on with our story at the Christmas feast. We're going to get the feast music going and see what everyone's eating and start a little mini game. Here we go. Let's see. While we do this, we're going to go ahead and get you all to make your appearance rolls. Let's see where you're seated.
Near the salt.
Near the salt.
Low roll.
That's a low roll for you. Remember your -5, Cyberbro?
Yep, -5, still success.
Hey, there you go.
Hell yeah.
You're like, I look terrible. Relative to me only, of course.
Relative to me, you know.
Yeah.
Have you seen my toga?
Let's see if this is what I want.
Yeah.
There we go. It's been
We
a
all
while.
succeeded.
Look at this. Everyone's near the salt. We're going to do this in glory. Can I get you all to give me your glories, please?
6480.
3808.
5,600.
1 second. I don't want to talk about it. Give me a second.
I'm going to say Beatrice is
I'm at
last.
the bottom. Just
Yeah.
assume I'm at the bottom. I need to, yeah.
Yeah. You are not on the floor or below the salt, though, so that's positive. We are eating tonight custard with dried fruit, meat tiles, and almond cakes served with roundels.
Cakes!
Almond cakes. No
Yeah.
peas. Let's go.
Oh,
We get
what
really
a
excited
good
about
feast.
role-playing food, so around these parts.
Owen
Okay, but-
has emotional attachment to almond cakes.
It's not on the sheet. I don't
That
buy
has been
it.
established.
I was excited about meat tiles, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Meat tiles are great.
Our meat tiles.
It's like
Right.
charcuterie, basically. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey Bob,
Base.
our screen in roll 20 hasn't shifted over to the feast. I don't know. Like your
Oh, okay. Weird. I must not have dragged it properly. There we go. All right, and then I need I need to test something here. Something important. Let's see. Okay. Dame Bradman is present. And I think everyone else here, he'll would have fought in the war, so I should double check him. Yeah, he's alive, to your probably disinterest.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Do
Nimue
not
is probably
care.
Nimue is not here.
Hmm.
Nineveh is.
Nobody cares.
Nineveh is present. Your mom is not here. Neither of your mothers are here.
Good.
My mom can't be here. My mom's dead.
No.
Never. Listen, that doesn't rule people out in this game.
Right.
This is true.
Listen, the amount of times that it's been oh, my mom's dead. No,
If Beatrice has had a nickel for every time
I
I'm dead.
I think Lloyd's dead.
Yeah.
I want to say Lloyd's dead.
No! No!
Wasn't he dead long ago? I feel like.
feel like Lloyd was dead.
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
You
Lloyd was
wish.
dead.
I thought Lloyd left.
Or left or something. Yeah, he's not
Yeah,
around.
I think he left.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
that's fair.
He is not here.
It was the redhead who was
Yeah.
tried to assassinate Olwen, who died.
Sir Grade is present, of course.
Ooh. Oh, he's got a token now.
He had one, I think, must have. And there's no like treating knights from elsewhere, or at least no one of major import. I think that's good. I think that covers what we need. All right. We're gonna start with Olwen on the feast.
Oh, wait. Well, being near the soul makes things difficult, but I think given that... Is this going to be a 3-round feast?
Yes, we'll go. Ooh. We might have to roll something for the third because I doubt we're gonna have the time. If we get to 3 rounds, great. If not, we'll just roll something at the end of it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, high level it. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it has to be. It's a royal one.
Yeah. In that case, I think I will try my luck in getting to Cadwy.
Oh, you want to talk to the king, King Candy? Let's see it.
Candy.
Let's see if you can get there. Intrigue roll.
Success.
You managed to get past his knights, and makes sense for Olwen.
Mhm.
And yeah, you find Cadwy is just kind of looking over everyone. What is your intention here?
Well, she's going to try to talk about stewardship type things, and it's probably a reason why Mother wanted to send her regards.
Okay, so what I need to know very specifically, just because these help frame a scene and allow us to cut
Gotcha.
away at the right time, is what specifically are you after out of this action? So intrigue is usually used for retrieving gossip.
Right. I think she's looking at specifically, she noticed that this was framed as a Christmas feast and what that means going forward.
Okay, that's what you're after. That makes sense. You managed to reach Cadwy, and
Yeah.
he looks to you. He's like, "Oh, Olwen, Princess Olwen, good to see you."
Oh, goodness. I suppose there's really no need to refer to me by that title while I'm over here.
Well, is your title?
I suppose. Hmm.
Unless you prefer not to, then I can refer to you as Lady Olwen. Or do you have another title that you wish me to refer to you as?
I mean, you described one of
You're
the...
strange, but if you wish it, you could be Lady Yor.
No, no, I don't like your. Sounds too close to Melior. But no,
You're a
lady is...
kind aunt, yes.
some sort of aunt. But yes, I noticed that we're referring to this as a Christmas feast. Speaking of distinctive titles and such.
Indeed. It's an observation that some of my knights have made, is that, well, we're calling it Christmas feast everywhere else in Logris, and it only seems appropriate.
I see. It's so easy to switch sides. Give
Switch
up our
sides?
beliefs.
Oh,
You...
there's no power in that name, I wouldn't say. None that hasn't already arrived here.
I suppose. What? I mean, what happens when we start erasing our identity to blend in? It's almost like saying that it's all right. It's almost like running away.
There are compromises that must be made.
I've lived my life on compromises. It seems like the more I give, the more is taken. Don't you feel that eventually you need to stand up?
I do
Like
just
what you
fine
believe in.
seated.
We've lost so much.
Much of it
We
was
lose
returned,
everything.
but we must find ways to move forward.
And what's the plan with moving forward?
I think much of that depends. Well, likely on Merlin.
We put so much faith, so much stock in this person that I don't even know if he really exists.
Merlin exists. I've traded with him many times.
I've never met him.
Perhaps not. But, as I said, things have changed. But they remain much the same. We simply
Indeed.
need to compromise where compromise must be had. I'm a ruler, and I will not fight against my subjects if my subjects demand change. Even if it costs me in the end.
How much are you willing to give up? People that give you nothing in return.
Ideas aren't so easy, Olwen. I've been around a very long time. I've seen many ideas.
I do trust you. And I remain loyal to you. And everything changes so quickly. It's difficult not to question it.
You hold your right to question it. It can be Yule forever in Barrowcrest and wherever else they wish to hold it. But here in Greatbridge, it will be known as Christmas.
As long as there's no dangers posed to those who still wish to have it remain.
Oh, there are many dangers, Owen.
But not from you. Right?
If you ask if I will threaten you for holding on to the old ways, of course not. You have my word.
Thank you. And for what it's worth, my mother sends her regards. Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but she requested I pass it on.
We worked closely together during the invasion of Cornwall. She is not an enemy of mine.
Do you serve either of the courts in particular, or are you somehow neutral?
I serve no one. Save for
So then that's
the heir of
possible.
Uther Pendragon.
So it's possible to not belong to the Seelie or the Unseelie. To just exist as yourself.
Do you ask for yourself or do you ask for me?
Myself.
You're mortal.
I know.
You're not bound. You're not bound to what they're bound to on the other side.
I think Owen kind of blows out this exhale and straightens up and gets a little bit of a smile that she's been missing since finding out about the death of the Winter Prince, and since her sister told her that she was too far gone. Slight renewal of hope.
And then Cadby goes, "Oh, more dried fruit and custard." And he's like, he digs right in. He doesn't even know. He doesn't even acknowledge you from that point on. He's like,
Yeah, I think the same thing.
He's
and
all
then
in.
we star wipe to the next.
All right, we move to who's next in the list? Elian. Elian, your action, please. And if everyone can just kind of think in between their action and the next, what they plan to do for the next one, just to keep things moving, because we're on a timeline a little bit.
Yeah, so if there's no one here who she knows from Escavalon, then I'm just going to draw some cards.
There's no one here from Escavalon. Well, Lucius. Otherwise, there's no one here from Escavalon.
No, Lucius doesn't count at this point.
Okay.
How many cards do I draw?
What's your number? 5,000 something, right?
Yeah, 5,000 something.
I drew that. 1 sec. I can recall it. You can ignore the keep dancing unless you want it.
Yeah, it's 5,600. Yep.
Yeah, so you get to... Wait, 1,000, 2,000, 4,000. Yeah, you get 3 cards. Those are not good cards.
No, these are all pretty lame. I don't think these are any that are required.
So Christian sin you can replace. And roll a different one.
Because I'm not Christian.
Right.
Oh, Christian virtue.
Try again.
Oh, Lady of Midnight.
Okay, yeah, these work. These are your cards. Choose your poison. Yep. What way will Elian go? Queasy's a crappy one because if you fail, yeah.
Even if you succeed, it's nothing.
Yeah. It's the card you get stuck with when you don't have options of cards. When you get to choose one card.
Let's just do keep dancing.
Okay.
It's because her chaste is not fantastic. So yeah, she'll try and dance. It's gonna be terrible. It's not gonna go well.
All right, let's see. You know what? You're like, oh, you're doing so well, and then you like stumble and you knock a wine glass out of someone's hand, and it's like,
yeah, it's like, I kind of got this. No.
Yeah, it doesn't quite. It's not embarrassing. It's just like you move on. They laugh or whatever. Yep. Like the person who got the wine glass just sort of chuckles and continues on too. We'll say it's like during a passing, so it's very reasonable. It's not like a major blunder or anything. And all right, to geniality, we go to Lucius for action 1.
All right, so Lucius, you know what? We're gonna have a callback to when he first got knighted. He's just gonna be temperate, go around, help people eat. You know, just keep the party flowing nice and very well.
Okay, let's see it.
He's very much so on a mission.
Okay, nice and smooth. You treat those guests around you with wine and wine and good manners, let's say.
Very good.
All right, 2 geniality you get. Elian, I think that was the last. Yeah, keep dancing was worth 1 geniality. That's why you have 2. All right, we move to Beatrice for round 1.
Hello. I'm gonna dance.
Okay. All right,
Beatrice
let's.
is gonna get this out of the way now. Get the terrible dancing out of the way. And suspiciously avoid Nineveh.
Let's see it.
You know, you would think I would put the score up considering how much I do it, but I never do. I never do.
We're apparently dancing with Elian is what happened.
No, she dances with Cadogan, but the issue is that Cadogan's dancing is about as bad as hers is. We are just bad dancers.
You're twice as good as I am.
It's a romance thing. Like, listen, we dance with each other. It's cute. That's it. That's what I got.
Yep, Cadogan's doing bad as well. So you're all.
Oh, we're
just,
doing.
Yeah.
Collectively
living
bad.
your best lives together. Yeah, you know what? Dancing's not always about being judged. Yeah. All right. Well, the merriment continues on. maybe a well-needed merriment after all the tragedy of the year as we move into round 2 for Olwen.
Owen's gonna draw cards because she's not above the salt.
All right, let's see it. You're,
All right, and do I just click it or do I drag it out?
you drag
Drag it out.
Okay, cool. And I'm 6,000, so I get
2 still, or 3 still.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, ooh,
Okay.
ooh.
And you get a third one.
Yeah, I got
Lady's gift.
the game, the romance, and the lady's gift. Yeah.
Which one do you choose?
I
Tough
think
choices.
I don't have love or amour for anyone. So, don't know if I can do that.
Yeah, probably not. So that brings you to the other 2.
I think my gaming is slightly higher, but
Remember, you do get your
think-
geniality from last round to
Yeah.
add in as well.
I think maybe I'll do romance though, just for funsies.
All right, let's see it.
Cards. That's a failure. Not a fumble.
That was with your +2.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. What's a failure? Nothing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you participate in the conversation.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Given that Owen doesn't really know much about romance.
Right,
So she's
right.
sort of just trying, I feel like she's just sort of trying to fit in. People are like, oh yes, my darling, my love. And Owen's like, yeah,
Yeah, that thing, right?
everyone is so good and pretty and nice. And kissing's great. I've done so many kisses.
I think I just put 1 on Beatrice and 2 on Beatrice on accident. There we go. Okay, so yeah, it goes by without trouble, and we get to Elian.
So keep dancing means I get to keep doing it. But if I don't keep doing it, I get -2 geniality. So I'm gonna keep trying. I get to add my +2 geniality.
Okay, let's see it.
So we're up to a healthy 4 now, which is what I rolled last time. So
Solid. Well, still no blunders. Still 2 geniality as you participate. Goes up to 4. We go to Lucius. Lucius, round 2.
Round 2. Okay, I was temperate. Lucius does not pull cards because nothing good comes out of cards. He's gonna make his way over to Nineveh.
All right.
Oh, how does the night find you, milady?
I'm no lady. But it is fine. And yourself?
Well, I'm tired. It would appear that the duties of land stewardship is more taxing than being a knight. Tell me, how does Lady Lysandra fare?
You can go ahead and give me an intrigue roll. Just as your action.
Gotcha. And she is a lady. It's in her title, Lady of the Lake.
Yeah, you're not wrong. She doesn't necessarily consider herself like the titled lady, so to speak. Very similar to Beatrice.
Gotcha.
Or what Beatrice was
failure.
prior. Oh no.
Intrigue for me is law, and it's a failure.
Oh. Oh. To make it even worse for you, you would have been able to apply your geniality there. So it would have been an 18 that you had. So you failed by 1. Nineveh just looks at you. What do you want, Sir Lucius?
And an answer to my question, how does she fare? How is she doing? I was quite smitten with her. No, and I wasn't exactly quiet about it. I understand the rules that we can't be, but sometimes you wonder, you know?
Roll me a d10.
Okay. Okay, it's not a 1.
Alright, I gotta test something. Oh no. Okay. Give me 2d100.
The suspense is getting suspense.
She was taken captive.
Again, okay. Would you tell me where? I'll go say it.
She is in Prince Mark of Cornwall's keeping.
She was there last time. I swear that man vexes me despite meeting him once. Okay. Do you have an approximate location? I'm sure you'll want something of mine in return. I know how these things work. I have a librum, and I have my finest toga.
Why are you doing this, Sir Lucius? You're betrothed. To a Saxon, if the stories are true.
Why do I do anything? If I don't, who will?
Oh, folks are saying they can barely hear you for some reason.
Oh, sorry about that. He
Yeah.
would have said, why do I do anything? If I don't, who will?
She's in Tintagel.
What role would that be so I would know anything of Pendragon?
Battle or folklore?
Battle. I'm going to impassion with my Amor Lysandra.
Okay.
That's a success. That's a +5 to my battle roll. +5. Okay, cool. Success.
Tintagel is the former seat of... Sorry, my mind is blanking here.
Cornwall.
There we go. Duke Gorlo. It's 8:20 or 10:20 p.m. So I blame it on that. It's the former seat of Duke Gorlo. It was sieged during the Battle of Cornwall, where King Uther led his knights into Cornwall and defeated Duke Gorlo. Tintagel was the former sort of demesne or royal, was it? I forget the name, but basically his seat. It was the Duke's seat. Cornwall was previously divided into kind of two Cornwalls, the Cornwall that was in Logres and the Cornwall that was its own kingdom. During anarchy, the kingdom of Cornwall took over what used to be the Logres part of Cornwall.
Okay.
And these are the counties of Jagant, the county of Ascalon, now Devon, and the county of Tintagel.
Okay. seat of the former duke, probably well guarded.
Notoriously hard to breach. Think Helm's Deep, think, that kind of a renowned fortification, a famous one. That's what your battle's giving you.
Ooh. Lucius will audibly say, oof. Oof.
She nods knowingly.
Yeah, that's not a random border monastery. That's gonna be a bit hard.
I spoke with her through water. It seems that the prince is fascinated with our order. He's trying to understand what it is we are.
I see. So then he doesn't intend on torture isn't out. Isn't a card up the deck. But he doesn't intend to execute her soon. So I have time to put together a plan and then a few wild card options. You always have to have wild card.
She said that she's not been harmed or touched.
How about this? If that changes, please let me know. Then I'll put together my and ride south.
Very well.
I want to roll intrigue because I want to figure out like.
You already
usually a
failed
little bit
intrigue.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah.
'Cause I want to see like. Or I could just ask.
Yeah, I think you're having
How's
trouble
that?
reading her is the problem right now. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But you can ask.
Has she asked about me?
She looks annoyed. And then she says, yes.
Awkward silence. All right. I would assume you're not. It's more than likely between your order. The fact that she's asked about me is knowledge enough. I thank you for your time, and no matter what anyone says, you're a good person.
She just kind of like half laughs at that. Do send
And
the
Lucius
Gathering
goes,
of Branches my regard. If you haven't heard, I'm not welcome in Barrowcrest any further.
Yes, no, that was. These oaths that bind us, these orders who are knighted to, these are important things that we must cherish, but we should always give due consideration to the lives that we break in keeping them. Because eventually it does come back.
You miss him, don't you? The boy.
Yes, yes. He was getting a little sassy at the end there, but he was there before I was knighted. When I was a squire, I've known him for quite some time, so I do miss him. But that's what knights do. We go off to war, we fight, and we die.
At least someone in Summerland understands that.
I mean, come on, it's Summerland. He chuckles. It's Summerland. Come on.
She'll nod to you, and I think we'll kind of transition away from that scene there. You won geniality.
Yay.
Okay. Beatrice, it is your go.
Hello. So, getting up to King Cadwy is difficult, right?
It's an intrigue
that's
roll, is
trial.
how it works. It's an intrigue roll, and you get to add your 1 geniality.
Let's go. Let's go. Alright, and I have 1 geniality. You almost gave me 2, and it would have been lovely to know what that feels like. Whoosh.
Well, even better because you critted
Okay.
it. I think
Well,
as you go to move up there, one of his knights stops you, and Cadwy says, "Oh, Lady Beatrice, let her through, please. I've been meaning to speak with her."
and she'll move up to, I assume, sit beside him, stand beside him.
He'll offer a seat.
Okay. So
Do you like some meat
you've been-
tiles?
I'm fine, thank you. You wanted to speak with me then?
Oh, well, it's more that I've been meaning to talk with you. It's been some time.
Yes, I believe I may have slapped you the last time we had an actual conversation.
Yes. Well, you weren't executed, so all is well.
What is your goal, Cadwy? Because I'm having a hard time figuring out what it is exactly that you want from all of this.
All of what?
Okay, so you have you're already laughing. You have a kingdom that you've been king of for quite some time. Your son leaves, which leaves you without an heir. You still choose to be king of this despite being a fairy, which is fine. But then you lose it and everyone goes into hiding. You then claim it back with no real means to actually hold it. So you hold it very briefly and under large threat for most of it. And now you're talking to my mother, who's been an enemy of ours for quite some time. So it's feeling very all over the place and with no real means of how to back it up.
We'll never survive on our own.
No. And you want my mother to raise the dead of Summerland.
I don't want
That's
her
your
to
plan.
do anything, but she will do as she does. And the enemy of our enemy, as I say. If it keeps Cornwall out.
You didn't know she was here when you retook it. You retook your capital without knowing that there was anyone to back it up, and then you lost it again, and then you got it back again.
We retook the capital thanks to the blood of an Intelliad's men. It was not my choosing.
But why not bend the knee? Because people are hoping that Summerland will go back to what it was. So what you've done is give a lot of people hope in something that you and I both know is not possible.
A knee that is bent cannot be bent again.
So So you're placing your hopes on the child that he whisked away.
That is the only heir that remains.
How do you know that heir is alive?
I don't. But Merlin's returned. This year.
Goody. All that man has ever brought is chaos and death.
Merlin brings nothing. He works through things. He doesn't cause them. He takes the actions others are to do with or without him. And he finds a way forward. Him and I are the same in that.
I can see that.
I don't think you mean that as a compliment, but I understand.
So you plan to hold Summerland with what you have?
There will be a king of Logris soon. Let us hope it is the heir.
And if Cornwall comes knocking?
We have started talks with Salisbury and Dorset. That is the best we can do right now. All of Gales is in war. Duke Corneus, who took back London, has died this year. King Lot readies an army from the north.
I'll defend what I can. If you want someone to raise the dead, get my mother. But keep her away from me.
I will never ask one to raise the dead.
But if you ask her to defend Summerland, that's exactly what she will do. You're just using pretty words to avoid it.
Do you think she would do it without? Whether I say so or not?
It depends on what her goal is.
He tilts his head to the side, almost like you get this sense of, we both know your mother is what's being portrayed.
She has technically what she wants. She won't get in my way. She has my father, and she has the land that she wanted. And then some.
These lands are a place to protect.
I agree. Just don't love the way you've done it, but you know. We can't all think the same, I suppose.
We were never
Don't
able
let
to
it-
fend off bigger foes. We've always relied on the marshes and on the fog.
Don't let it fall again.
If it falls again, it will be my end.
Then that leaves Melwis. He's your heir, isn't he?
He would need to accept such a thing.
Is he even still alive?
Perhaps.
You don't know.
He's seen to it that I don't.
Good to know that he's changed. Absolutely not at all.
It was his mother, her passing. It broke him.
I knew it would. That's why I told him to speak to her beforehand. Well, I didn't slap you this time, so that's something.
Indeed.
It is
yeah.
good to see you, despite the amount I criticize you.
It's good to see you as well, Lady Beatrice. Your family, they seem to be thriving, and not all can say that, so perhaps it is not only Nimue who's blessed.
I try. But I'll let you get back to being a king.
Congratulations on shooting. If you ever need any secrets on how to manage land, just, well, you probably won't ask me, so you can always access my steward.
That would be appreciated. I would ask you, but I don't know how much you know about the intricacies of it, seeing as you're a king and not a steward.
I think because you got a crit on 18 too. I think you see that there is a savviness to him.
Okay.
Like the air of being incompetent is part of what he does. Seems to be part of what he is.
This might be the first time she's ever caught it, to be honest.
Yeah, makes sense. You realize that he's had like multiple kings come into his land and not conquer entirely or execute him. You've never seen him treat with other like high-ranking nobles, but he always seems to have really good intelligence about, or intel rather, about what's taking place elsewhere, which one might just assume is his magic. But you actually kind of you actually wonder, is it just that he's got eyes everywhere? On his sheet, he has diplomacy of 35. So
Jesus Christ.
But he does not wear that
um,
in these feasts. He does not wear that with his people.
Okay. I think what she'll do in that case, having spotted that kind of in the interaction, as she goes to leave, you know, she unceremoniously stands up and just goes to leave without any telling her she can go. I would welcome anything you could teach me.
He'll give a nod to that.
You seem like you have it more in hand than you admit. Hopefully.
My methods aren't easy to see. They would require seeing more than what's visible. But
I get that.
if you require a teacher, you're more than welcome. And with that, he nods. We'll give you,
Sure.
with that, you can go ahead and write diplomacy on your sheet and give it a tick. Okay. That brings us to the end of round 2. Oh, you got a third because you crit it. Or no, you already got the 3. Round 3 is going to be just rolls, folks, because we are well past time.
Okay.
Yeah. There were a lot of longer conversations in that round too. So, and round 1 actually.
Yeah.
So, but I
Yeah.
think we got everyone some. Well, other than Elian, I guess. I do have.
Drew a bad card.
Yeah. All of you can just roll one courtly thing that you don't have ticked, and then tick it. If you tick it, if you succeed.
Is awareness courtly? Or
No,
there's courtesy.
awareness is not courtly.
If I fumble, is it bad?
Would you still have to do the dancing one this round?
I don't
Do you have
know.
that
It
card?
says
No.
for the next one, but it
Okay.
doesn't say the third. Like after that.
Got you.
So most of my courtly stuff is wrapped up in law. Well, and this kind of, yeah, my courtesy is in there, fashion, intrigue. So I can roll with law, or I can do playing the harp.
Sure.
Or gaming, yeah.
Is it recognize quarterly? I don't think it is.
I don't know if recognize is courtly.
No. It's courtesy, intrigue, flirting, gaming, temperate, dancing.
Okay, well, okay. What's my dancing? Let's see if we can get some dancing. Okay, I've got a 2 in dancing, but a 1 in harp. I'm gonna ride the lightning.
That's 4.
Oh yeah, I got a +4. Okay, come on, let's go. Good
I
harp.
already have courtesy
What are the
ticked.
cards?
Ah! One day.
All right. Do
You said it
you
was
have your
temperate?
answer? Temperate's one, yep.
Okay,
That's
and
looking
that's
after others.
+4.
+4.
Okay.
Okay. As the feast of Yule and the year 508 comes to an end, or the feast of Christmas, let's say, I believe we have one last scene. That's Elian had something they were here to speak to Olin about. Yes?
Oh, yeah.
So now's the time.
So probably before leaving Great Bridge, we had went to kind of pull Lady Olwen aside. The others can be there if they want. She doesn't care. It has been, I won't say a pleasure. Knight's duty is not pleasure to serve you these past years.
Off to a great start already, aren't we? I suppose I could say the feeling is mutual.
I think it is time that I've left.
I understand.
I know you're short on nights, but I am not a worthy knight to serve, lord or lady.
I wouldn't say that.
And I think when you forget it, I am getting old.
Well, if I'm being honest, it's always sort of felt like you've had one boot out of the county, sort of torn between places.
I think it's time that between stages ended. So if I have your permission, would you release me from my oath to you?
I'm happy that you have found direction, Cerulean, and I understand that we have had our differences and our struggles. But if you've truly found where you'd like to go, all I wish for anyone is to be able to follow their heart and get that which they desire. Feel like it's the least that we all deserve in life. So yes, that is truly what you want. I hope you find what you're looking for, where you truly belong.
What I look for is an honorable end. What I thought is my destiny is what I thought I was bound to do, to be. Never was. Never will be.
I feel that sometimes. I've certainly thought that I had a destiny somewhere.
I've seen it not once, but twice. 4 times. My future has been, I thought my future has been thwarted. I was driven out from King Mordrin. The lady I met and fell in love with was executed. Then when I returned, only one battle. My king and future king were struck down.
Seems so easy.
Times are changing and I am old. The old ways are dying. Soon I shall too. Shall at least make something of it. I know you hold on to hope. That Faerie in the old ways will hold on. I hope you are not defeated when it comes to pass that they are lost.
Is it so wrong to hold on to that which brings us comfort and joy, to hope that something will last?
If you have the luxury of such hope, I wish it well. I'm a knight, a warrior. I've meant and raised to be in battle, to serve. Hope is not something I should have ever held on to.
Well, sometimes that's what you can hold on to. Because if you do not hold on to hope, you fall into despair. And despair is sometimes the hardest thing to crawl out of. And if you have no hope, then what are you fighting for? What is the point going on?
He kind of smiles at you, but it's not a happy, it's a very sad smile. And then I hope you never lose your hope. Maybe you'll win. If nothing else, you've always been able to hold on to that.
It grows increasingly difficult with each loss suffered. but it is renewed every time I look at Taliesin.
I'm glad you have someone to look to for that.
Well, you have mine, Win. Hopefully you see the future in her.
Arwen is my niece. She is the future. And I am the past.
Well, you must fight
That's
for her
why
then.
I will only be dragging her back. She is the future. She's young. I've trained her as well as I can. As a Christian knight, she'll serve well in Escavalon. Something I was unable to be.
She sort of scoffs at the whole idea of Christian knight, but that's all.
I may scoff, but that is the future, and we have to face it.
It's fine. I have nothing against it. As long as it is her choice.
She's been Christian since birth. And that was around pagans with us, and she remained Christian. I've never pressured her to be either way.
Well, that is good then. As long as it was not a choice made under duress. You have my blessing, Sir Allian.
I wish you well, Lady Olwen. I would say I hope everything does not fall around you, but I'm afraid I have no hope left. And logic says that Summerland sun has set.
Oh.
From the world we once knew.
And that just means that we must find our path through the night.
I think that's a good time to stop. As we see the two parting ways heading in different directions. And with that, we're going to go ahead and close.
Yay.
I see a lot of new faces kicking around here. If you've never watched before, we do Pendragon on Sundays, in Salisbury Tuesdays, as tonight, in Summerland, or Somerset now, and Nantilia's Legacy in Escavalon. All very close, all in a connected world of Arthuriana, as we say goodbye, slowly, to anarchy, and we hope forward at what a future might be. 509, which is the year we'll be entering into next session, will be the last year of Summerland Enchantment and the last year of Period of Anarchy. And it's been a good one. So with that, why don't we go ahead and say hello to our cast and say goodbye to our cast, and then I will find some friends to raid. We'll start with Rebecca.
Hi, I'm Rebecca, and I played Princess Lady Olwen, and I had like 3 sad scenes today. What the heck? But yes, we do this a lot. I'll let Bob do all the proper shout outs and stuff. But if you want to follow along with everything, join our Discord. We have a Discord, and we'd love to have you there and hang out with us, find out updates on when we go live, as well as if you check out our socials, you can find the backlogs of all the people that we talked about, everything, how we all got here. We're getting close to 100 episodes, so that's exciting. Yeah.
Emily.
Hi, I'm Emily. I played Lady Beatrice, the not necromancer. Thank you, everybody. And the only shout out I have is I am in another game with Bob and Cyberbro. It is on the Cat's Meow Show. We are doing our finale episode tomorrow, so either check the backlogs or watch tomorrow and just go into it, I guess. But we're doing part 2 of the finale tomorrow. And check out all of Bob's stuff. And somebody else, please talk, because I'll just keep rambling.
Nicole.
Hi, I'm Nicole. I played Sir Alien, the Lost of the Scavalon, but I have no shout-outs.
Okay. I guess that brings it to me. So I'm Bob. As mentioned, we play. Oh, sorry. That was my multitasking. My bad. Guests don't count. The guest has been here for half the
Player. Featured player.
Yeah. Feature star, Cyberbro. When are you
All right.
give us your shout out?
Cool. I'm Cyberbro. I play Sir Lucius Julius Julianus, a name of the tongue twister. So yeah, if you want to see me in other games, as Emily said, I'm in another stream on Wednesday evenings. We got our final episode this Wednesday, so come and check us out. And in addition to that, I'm doing a weekend Daggerheart game with Bob and the Cat's Meow. So that's coming down the pipeline pretty soon. So check that out. And yeah, that's me. I'm Cyberbro.
Awesome. And this time I'm Bob for real. So we mentioned we do a lot of Pendragon on this server. We have Daggerheart on Saturday, as mentioned. I also do ttrpg talks where I sit down with game designers to discuss the games we love. I'm just going to show a brief bit of that while I pick someone to raid into. So hang out and check that out. If you like what we do, you can find Ticking Time Bob Chronicle to watch our VODs of our actual plays. We've been doing this for a while and we're loving doing it. And any support we can get from those who watch is very helpful. So thanks for watching, y'all. We'll see you next time in the year 509. Goodbye.
That's contaminating the evidence. Great. Forget us. We're not detectives. I'm sorry. I didn't want to hit you again.
Hi, welcome to ttrpg Talks, where we sit down with game designers to discuss the games we love. Today, I'm with Andrew Orvidal of Occupied Hex Design, known for the True TV sitcom Those Who Can't, a well-known comedian as well. Andrew, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
All right. So I always get started with folks leading into what brought them into TTRPG interest to begin with. When did you start liking role-playing games?
Well, as a kid growing up in the 80s, I was not allowed to play tabletop role-playing games, even though I desperately wanted to. My parents bought into the the satanic panic or what have you, and I was not allowed to play them. So I would... Let me pause real quick. I think there's an echo. Do you hear the echo? Okay.
You should be good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so as a kid, I would spend all my time in the local game store just reading the game books. I remember reading Dungeons & Dragons and Rifts, and I would just sit there and read through them and kind of wish that I could play them. And it wasn't until much later, in my 30s, I had a fellow comedian was like, you should try Dungeons & Dragons. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess. You know, it kind of just slipped by me. And I played and I was hooked. And then from then on, I've played very kind of steadily since. And yeah, so very late in my 30s, but I'm trying to make up for lost time, I guess.
That's fair. So you've been kind of running through all sorts of different games from Dungeons & Dragons for it. Any standouts for you?
I've played so many, it would be hard to... It's funny that Dungeons & Dragons is the first game because I feel like it's one of the most convoluted games, and it's funny that that's the entry point for so many people. And you're like, oh, there's so many other games out there that are much, much easier to learn, much easier to explain to people. And so, gosh, what are some recent standouts that I've enjoyed? I always like the Free League games. I've been playing Death in Space by Stockholm Cartel. That's pretty fun.
Nice.
I